Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it's been a while again, hasn't it? Despite my best efforts, I did admittedly fall off the bandwagon for creating videos, creating blog posts, all that. Things that I said I wasn't gonna do. Oops. I'm sorry about that. But today I'm going to give a quick update about the things that I've been doing and things that I hope to do for the rest of the year. So with that in mind, let's get started. So let's get the fun stuff out of the way first. This year for our family vacation with my parents and my brother, we learned from our lessons last year, did not drive 3,000 miles, as great as it was to see Pikes Peak and Grand Canyon. Instead, we hit up Kansas City and Omaha. This knocked off Kansas, Iowa, and Nebraska off the list of states I haven't been to yet. And it was still a pretty good trip. In Kansas City, the highlight really of that city for us was checking out the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. This is a must-visit museum for any baseball fan out there, probably even more than Cooperstown itself. There are just so many hidden stories that have not been told, both good and bad, that are in that museum, and it really tells the true story of baseball. I was surprised just how much time we were able to spend in that museum, considering it's not super big, but it's just incredible the rich history that's inside of it. So if you're a baseball fan, or even if you're not a baseball fan, if you're in Kansas City visiting, be sure to check that out. And then in Omaha, of course, we had to hit the Omaha Zoo. That is an incredible zoo. And locally here, the Fort Worth Zoo and the Dallas Zoo are both really renowned zoos. But man, the Omaha Zoo was incredible. There's just a lot of different exhibits, habitats, all of that. Really, we didn't think it was going to take the whole day for us, but we quickly realized that we probably should have gotten there a little bit earlier to be able to see everything. So if you're in the Omaha area, be sure to check it out. The one thing I will say is that it's built on the side of the bluff next to the Missouri River. You start off at the top of the bluff and walk down, and by the time you're good and tired and ready to go home, you've got to walk back up the hill. Just fair warning. We also hit up the Durham Museum, which is located in the old Union Pacific station in Omaha, which really tells both the story of the railroad in Omaha, but just also Omaha itself. And then just quickly with work, that's been like the biggest reason I haven't been able to do many updates. We just had a lot going on. We had a name change. We're working on a content management system migration. So things have just been crazy there. Also, now that I'm really deep into Laravel, this was the first year I got to check out Laracon US, albeit online. Of course, I really get into Laravel the year after Laracon US is right in my backyard here in Dallas, but still being able to check this out online was a really good experience. I come from the WordPress space, and really the only tech conferences I've been to are WordCamps, which for better or for worse, try to cater to everyone from developers, designers, business people, bloggers, whatever, which does create a big challenge. As someone who was on the organizing team for WordCamp DFW 2 years, it creates a challenge trying to figure out selecting talks and a schedule that really works for all of those different groups. But with Laracon, I noticed it's more developer focused. For me, it felt a lot smoother, a lot more interesting. There weren't really any talks that I wanted to skip. And surprisingly, for most online conferences, I'll start off strong with the first few talks, really paying attention, and then things drift off, just as there are more distractions around me here in my own apartment. But with Laracon US, I paid attention to every single talk, and they were all great. I think my favorite talk was the first one that Aaron Francis did, talking about, you can just build things, and it really set the tone for the rest of the conference, which is great. I don't know if there's a specific theme, but that felt like the theme through all of the talks. So that was great. I can't wait to see where Laracon US is next year so I can start planning to be there in person for the first time. Okay, so now on to some coding things. First off, the biggest win I had this summer was finishing version 2.0 of my personal dashboard app. I created this app for myself back at the end of last year and sort of the beginning of this year, and I originally built it with Laravel and React because, well, first off, I had shiny object syndrome with React, and second, well, I hadn't discovered Livewire and Alpine.js yet. While it has definitely worked for me for most of this year, I started to run into some of the rigidity of the app that I really needed to be more flexible for different things. So with a half year more knowledge, now seemed like the perfect time to rebuild it from the ground up. I used what I built with Artisan Pack UI, which I'll talk about more here shortly, and was able to create a much better version of the dashboard app that's more future-proof and works better as a way to keep me organized and on top of things. I will also admit that I used this opportunity to try out vibe coding with PHP Storm's Junie, and it was okay. It's not great, but it's also not terrible. And I'm not worried about AI taking over my job either. Though now that Laravel Boost is out, I would love to give it another spin with something else. And really, this is going to be another video, I'm sure. But with AI, it's really a tool. It's not going to replace anything. It's just another tool in your tool belt that you just need to know how to use and where to use it. All in all, I've been using this new version for a couple of weeks now, and it's great. I'm happy I took the time now to get that up and running to help me in the long run. The next biggest thing I've been pouring my time into is a new project I'm really excited about, Artisan Pack UI. At its core, Artisan Pack UI is a suite of open source packages for Laravel developers. The idea for this grew organically from my work on the digital Shopfront CMS. As I was building it, I realized I was creating a lot of components and tools that I would want to use again in other projects. It really felt like a bad idea to keep all of that useful code confined to just one application. So even though it would take a little bit more time, I decided to pivot. I broke out all of those reusable components and created Artisan Pack. This way they can be easily dropped into any project I want, and hopefully they can be helpful for other developers as well. It's all about creating tools that empower us to build better and faster. I'm planning a more formal, in-depth introduction to Artisan Pack UI and all of the individual packages soon. But for now, you can check out the link to the GitLab group in the description below to learn more about the packages. So, what about digital Shopfront CMS? Well, to be honest, I haven't worked on it much this summer. Most of my focus has been on Artisan Pack UI and getting that up and running with the assortment of packages. But digital Shopfront isn't going anywhere. This is still my overall primary focus and sort of a capstone type project for me. Everything that I built with Artisan Pack is for digital Shopfront primarily. I'm going to rebuild it from the ground up, but because of the work I've done this summer with Artisan Pack, my starting point is much further along than it was when I started this all back in February. Ideally, I would like a beta test ready by the end of the year, but we'll just have to wait and see, and I will have regular updates on this as I continue to build it out. Hopefully. So yeah, those are the updates for today. My plan for the near future is for the next couple of videos just to be about web development before we dive into Artisan Pack UI and those packages. If you have any questions for me or you would like to suggest video topics in the future, be sure to leave those down in the comments section below. To follow along on my web development journey, be sure to hit the subscribe button and to ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss another video. I do promise I'm going to try to be better with regular updates. I promise. But that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.